everybody, how's it going?
Action.
Me and EC are doing our very first podcast,
And Freya's making a mess.
and Freya is out there fucking shit up. But it's okay, she'll be back. And make her great appearance. Now, what we wanted to do today is share some quick information with you guys. We want to talk about cheaters. And the thing about cheaters is that they tend to manipulate, they tend to be narcissists. And one of the things that I wanted to clarify is um, what is the difference? What is the difference between a manipulator and a narcissist?
I feel like I could definitely help clear the air on that. There's a fine line between the sand. A narcissist is it's like a personality trait. Like it's not so much an action or whatever. It's something that you can't control. Being a narcissist is kind of hard to deal with. It's like any sort of other mental illnesses or whatever. But it means that you can't own up to your mistakes, or like it's harder for you. You're more defensive. You feel like you're always right, and if someone isn't listening to you, then that they're doing it wrong. It's basically thinking that you're God. A narcissist, I think, is just thinking you're God. But being a manipulator is knowing what you're doing, being very aware, and it's just being grimy. Like, that's what I think.
Yeah. And so, what about one who would manipulate
Here's Freya.
an innocent victim? Hello, Freya. I knew you'd be back.
Someone who manipulates an innocent victim, that's just, that is absolutely grimy. I think that's the worst. I wouldn't have any examples, but maybe you can help me out on that.
I think I could actually. I've been cheated on all my life, unfortunately. So I've kind of found that a lot of the times when people want to manipulate you, they're going to obviously lie to you, lie to the other person, and make you both feel like y'all both shouldn't have been digging up in each other's lives anyway. And the thing about us women is that, or anybody who's being cheated on, whether you're single or you're in a relationship, the thing is if you start having, you know, sex with somebody, you start something with them. I don't care what you say. You start having sex with somebody, it's almost like you're in a relationship. You're intimate. So once you start doing that with one person, and then you want to test the waters and do that with somebody else because you're single and you want to see what you find out there, well, people catch on to who's giving you a lot of attention that might feel like it's the same attention you're trying to give that person. And so these people are going to try to find out, hey, well, I don't want to be doing the same thing with you that this person might be doing. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to tell me what it really is. Are you seeing this other person? I mean, and this is where you need to be honest. If you're not honest in this type of situation where you're single, trying to find yourself and find your person, then you create your own drama. You're going to create your own problems. So don't lie about it. You need to just be honest. And people will understand. Now, if you're in an actual relationship and you're stepping out of that relationship, then it's about the same stuff. Things change, patterns change, routines change, emotions start changing within the home, and people will find that,
No one wants
hey,
to see your butthole.
there's a change. Um, Things are not the same, and if they're not the same, then we're gonna feel it. We're gonna know that there's something going on, and the moment we find those things out, it's hurtful, and you don't want to sit there and be doing that to people. That's not right. You need to just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Cheating is just either that you are, like I was mentioning before, to EC. The thing is that sometimes people step out just because they're single, or they just want to find what they want. Maybe they're in the middle of trying to figure themselves out, or they're fucking sex addicts and they just want to step out because in their fucking head they feel like they need sex from someone. It could be anyone, or it could be whatever new person comes along, and they have somebody at home, but they're so addicted to this sex that they're willing to deceive the person at home for this. And that needs to be understood, that that is foul, that is wrong, and you should not be doing that because you're hurting people. And so, like in the situation that I was in, I mean, this person was texting me, texting her, trying to make us both feel like, we're both in the wrong for investigating the situation of who was with who at what time and this and that, because for us, we're trying to make sure that we're protecting our sexual health. Like, I'm not trying to be out there like that if you're doing that with this person, and vice versa. And you may need to understand, and women, you need to all understand that there has to be a level of respect when it comes to having sex with your partners. Have respect. If you're gonna be single mingling, like they say, what's that saying? You see, well, you may or may not know, but oh yeah, don't be silly. Wrap your willy. Like, not that EC wants to hear that, but
No.
those are the things that you need to do. You need to have protected sex. So, and be honest. And I think that that will help a lot of people not have to cheat, not have to lie, not have to be manipulating.
I think what also would help people not cheat and lie is just clearing up the air on what relationships are about. Like, whenever you're single and mingling, if you want to get to know someone, talk to that person. I don't know how this is gonna go, but fucking someone is not how you get to know someone
Mm-mm.
at all. Like, at the end of the day, it's just gonna lead to awkward conversations whenever you meet up next, because then what are you gonna talk about? If you want to get to know someone, laugh with them. Treat them as if they were your best friend at first. And if intimacy happens, then I guess you can say it was meant to be, or at least it feels that way. Love, I feel like, has been very confused by just cinema. Ever watched any sort of shows about love or movies? It gives you hope for something, and then you make blind guesses, and all you're doing is screwing yourself over, because movies are not real life. It's tough in real life. You gotta talk things through. I mean, you don't have to bite your tongue, but what you do gotta do is just be able to let yourself look bad for telling the truth. Because
Mm-hmm.
telling honesty or being honest is one of the best ways to figure out who you're up against.
Yep.
And if your worst lie isn't that bad, then we know who you are. But if you're just telling a bunch of half truths to hide your worst lies, that's horrible.
Yep.
Horrible.
So, save yourself. Be honest. Stop lying, and don't cheat.
Peace and love to everyone.
And we're out.